Jai Shri Mataji. Welcome to today's program. So we'll start by bowing down to Shri Mataji, raising our Kundalini and taking a bandhan. We'll keep our attention on the Sahasrara on the top of the head and sing the three great mantras followed by Shri Ganesh mantra.
Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Trigunatmika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalaki Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalaki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesh Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha.
We'll bring our attention to our heart, placing our right hand on the center of the heart, and ask Shri Mataji to humbly reside in our hearts. Shri Mataji, please come in our hearts. Please reside in our hearts. Fill our hearts with the all-pervading power of love. Mother Kundalini, please come in our heart. Shri Mataji, you are Shri Jagadamba, Shri Durga Mata. By your grace, please make us fearless. Please come to our hearts and open our hearts.
Kavach of the Devi. Salutations to Shri Ganesh. Salutations to Shri Saraswati. Salutations to Shri Guru. Salutations to the deity worshipped in the family of the day, Shri Mataji, Nirmala Devi. May there be no obstacles. Amen. Salutations to Shri Narayana. Amen. Salutations to Shri Vishnu. Amen. Salutations to Goddess Saraswati. Salutations to Sage Vyasa. Here begins the main part of the Devi Kavach. The presiding sage of Shri Chandi Kavach is Brahma. The meter is Anushtup. The presiding deity is Chamunda. The main seed is Anganya Sokta Matar. The principal is Digbandha Devata. It is recited as part of the Saptashati, the 700 verses in praise of Shri Durga, to please Shri Jagadamba. Amen. Obeisance to Chandika. Thus spoke Markandeya. Amen. Brahmadeva, please tell me that which is very secret and has not been told to anybody, and which protects all beings in this world in every way. Brahmadeva said, O Brahmin, that which is most secret, auspicious and benevolent to all beings is the Kavach of the Devi. Please listen to that, O great sage. First, Shailaputri, the daughter of the mountain. Om Shishailaputri Namaha. Second, Brahmacharini, the one who observes the state of celibacy. Om Shri Brahmacharini Namaha. Third, Chandraghanta, adorned with the moon as her bell. Om Shri Chandraghanta Namaha. Fourth, Kushmanda, the one whose void contains the universe. Om Shri Kushmanda Namaha. Fifth, Skandamata, the mother of Kartikeya. Om Shri Skandamata Namaha. Sixth, Katyayani, the foster daughter of sage Katyayana. Om Shri Katyayani Namaha. Seventh, Kalaratri, the dark night of dissolution. Om Shri Kalaratri Namaha. Eighth, Mahagauri, the Adi Kundalini. Om Shri Mahagauri Namaha. Ninth, Siddhi Datri, the bestower of special divine powers. Om Shri Siddhi Datri Namaha. Durga is known by these 9 names, as told by the great soul Brahmadeva himself. Those who are engulfed by fire, or surrounded by enemies on the battlefield, or being at an impassable place, or frightened, if they surrender to Durga, they would never suffer any misery or misfortune, even at time of war. They would face no calamity, grief, sorrow, or fear. Those who remember you with great devotion indeed have prosperity. Undoubtedly, O Supreme Goddess, protect those who remember you. Goddess Chamunda sits on the corpse. Varahi rides on a buffalo. Aindri is mounted on an elephant, and Vaishnavi on a condor. Maheshwari is riding on a bull. The vehicle of Kaumari is a peacock. Lakshmi, the beloved of Sri Vishnu, is seated on a lotus and is also holding a lotus in her hand. Goddess Ishwari, of white complexion, is riding on a bull. Brahmi, who is bedecked with all ornaments, is seated on a swan. All the mother goddesses are endowed with yoga and are adorned with different ornaments and jewels. All the goddesses are seen mounted in chariots and are full of anger. They are wielding conch, discus, mace, plough, club, javelin, axe, noose, barbed dart, halter, whip, trident, spear, bow, and arrows. These goddesses are wielding their weapons constantly to destroy the bodies of demons, for the protection of devotees, and for the benevolence of the gods. Salutations to you, O goddess of very dreadful appearance, of frightening valor, of tremendous strength and energy, the destroyer of the worst of fears. O Devi, it is difficult to have even a glance at you. You increase the fears of your enemies. Please protect us. May Goddess Aindri protect us from the east. Agni Devata, Goddess of fire, from the southeast. Varahi, the Shakti of Vishnu in the form of the boar, from the south. Gadgadharini, the wielder of the sword, from the southwest. Varuni, the Shakti of Varuna, the rain god, from the west. Mrugavahini, whose vehicle is the deer, protect us from the northwest. Goddess Kaumari, the eternal virgin, the Shakti of Kartikeya, protect us from the north. And Goddess Shuladharani from the northeast. Brahmani, the Shakti of Brahma, from above. And Vaishnavi, the Shakti of Vishnu, from below, protect us. Goddess Chamunda, who sits on a corpse, please protect us from all the 10 directions. May Goddess Jaya protect us from the front, and Vijaya from the rear, Ajita from the left, and Aparajita from the right. May Goddess Udyotini protect the top knot, and may Uma cover our head and protect it. May we be protected by Maladhari on the forehead, Yashasvini on the eyebrows, Trinetra on the Hamsa, Yamaganta on the inner part of the nose, Shankini on both the eyes, Dwaravasini on the ears. May Kalika protect our cheeks, and Shankari the roots of the ears. May we be protected by Sugandha on the nose, Charchika the upper lip, Amrutakala the lower lip, Saraswati the tongue, Kaumari the teeth, Chandika the throat, Chitraghanta sound box, Mahamaya the crown of the head, Makshi the chin, Sarvamangala speech, Bhadrakali the neck, Anurdhari the spine. May Nilagriva protect the outer part of our throat, and Nalakobari the windpipe. May Khadgini protect our shoulders, and Vajradharini protect our arms. May Devi Dandini protect both our hands, Ambika the fingers, Kuleshwari our nails, and may Kuleshwari protect our belly. May we be protected by Mahadevi the breast, Shoka Vinashini mind, Lalita Devi the heart, Shuladharini the stomach, Kamini the nabhi, Guhyeshwari the hidden parts, Putana Kamika the reproductive organs, Mahishawahini the rectum. May Goddess Bhagavati protect our waist, Vindhyavasini the knees, wish-fulfilling Mahabala protect our thighs, Narasimhi protect our ankles, may Tejasi protect our feet, Shri Devi protect our toes, may Talavasini protect the soles of our feet, may Donshta Karali protect our nails, Udvakeshini the hair, Kauberi the pores, Vagishwari the skin. May Goddess Parvati protect blood, marrow of the bones, fat and bone, Goddess Kalaratri the intestines, Kuteshwari bile and liver. May Padmavati protect the chakras, Chudamani phlegm or lungs, Jwalamukhi luster of the nails, and Abhedya all the joints, Brahmani semen, Chateshwari the shadow of our body, Dharmadharini ego, superego and intellect, the buddhi, Vajrahasta prana, apana, vyana, udana and samana, the 5 vital breaths, Kalyana Shobhana, prana, the life force. May Yogini protect the sense organs, that is, the faculties of tasting, seeing, smelling, hearing and touching. May Narayani protect Sattva, Raja and Tamo gunas. Varahi, life, Vaishnavi, Dharma, Lakshmi, success and fame, Chakrini, wealth and knowledge, Indrani, relatives, Chandika, cattle or sustenance, Mahalakshmi, children, and Bhairavi, spouse. Supata may protect our journey, and Kshemakari, our way. Mahalakshmi may protect us in the king's courts and all official places, and Vijaya everywhere. O Goddess Jayanti, any place that has not been mentioned in the Kavach and has thus remained unprotected, may that be protected by you, the destroyer of sins. One should invariably cover oneself with this Kavach wherever one goes, and should not walk even a step without it, if one desires auspiciousness. Then one is successful everywhere, in all things. All one's desires are surely fulfilled. That person enjoys great prosperity on the earth. The person who covers himself with Kavach becomes fearless, is never defeated in battle, and becomes worthy of being worshipped in the three worlds. This Devi Kavach is inaccessible even to the gods. One who reads with faith every day thrice, morning, afternoon and evening, receives the divine arts, the Shaktis, is undefeated in the three worlds, lives for 100 years, and is free from accidental death. All diseases like boils, scars, etc. are destroyed. Movable, scorpions and snakes, and immovable, all other poisons, cannot affect him. All those who cast magical spells by mantras or yantras on others for evil purposes, all negative forces active in water or in the air, all kinds of bhuts roaming about the earth, all those who mesmerize others, all yakshas and gandharvas, all negative entities, all demons and evil forces are destroyed just by the sight of the person having Kavach in his heart. Whoever reads the Kavach with devotion, his dignity and prosperity increases. That person receives more and more respect and prowess. On the earth, he rises in prosperity and fame by reading the Kavach and the Saptashati, and by meditating on Sri Chandi. His progeny would thrive as long as the earth is rich with mountains and forests. By the grace of Mahamaya, he would attain the highest state, which is extremely difficult even for the gods, and is eternally blissful in the company of Lord Shiva. Om Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
Shri Mataji. We'll take a few deep breaths and keep our attention steady on the Sahasrara. We'll put our right hand towards the earth and left hand towards Shri Mataji. Pray to Shri Kundalini. Mother, please balance our left side. Please take away all the negativities inside us, all the heaviness, all the things that drag us down. Please absorb them into Mother Earth. We'll observe what we are feeling on our left hand, on the palm, on our fingers. Mother Kundalini, please give us this sense to laugh, to enjoy, to have fun. Please take away all our negative emotions, all the negative thoughts. Please balance our left side. Say one mantra to Shri Mahakali. Om Ameva Sakshat Shri Mahakali Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Shri Mataji, you are verily Shri Mahakali within us. Please destroy all that is negative inside us. Bring our right hand on the lap, left hand towards the sky, tuck behind the ear. Shri Mataji, please balance our right side. Mother, please take away all the excessive heat. Let it dissipate to this ether element. Mother Kundalini, Shri Mataji, please balance our right side. Please take away all our tendencies towards excessive thinking, all the imbalances caused by overworking, and bring our right side to balance. Mother Kundalini, you are verily the power of Shri Mahasaraswati, Shri Hanumana within us. Say one mantra to Shri Mahasaraswati. Om Ameva Sakshat Shri Mahasaraswati Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Bring our left hand down on the lap and place the right hand on the left Swadhisthana, just above the waist, and humbly ask Mother Kundalini to rise within us and give us pure knowledge. Mother, please give us the knowledge of ourselves. Mother Kundalini, please give us the pure knowledge and destroy all our misidentifications, all the false knowledge that we have. And please give us pure knowledge, knowledge of the Spirit, the Kundalini, the whole subtle system inside us. Mother Kundalini, please arise in me. Bring our right hand on the lap. Take our attention to the Sahasrara. Keep it steady there, above the head. We'll try to raise our attention as high as we can, above the Sahasrara, ignoring all the thoughts that we are getting, and rising beyond them. Mother Kundalini, please grant us this present state. Give us a self-realization and make us doubtlessly aware. Aware of this energy that surrounds us, that's within us. Being in this state, we'll listen to Shri Mataji's talk from Shri Ekadasha Rudra Puja in New York in September 1983.
CCP medicines have come out with us. Let's get So today is a day according to Indian calendar called as Parivartani Ekadashi. Now, today is the 11th day of the moon. 11th day is Ekadashi. Also, in Sahaj Yoga, you know about Ekadesha Rudra, which is here, which will ultimately destroy all those things which are not required anymore. That is Ekadashi here. That's the 11th. But today is a special day where we are going to use the power of Ekadasha to do the parivartan, means the transformation. It is not for destruction but for transformation. It's such a day to be here in New York where we use the destructive powers for the transformation of humanity. So it's a very great day today that we are going to transform people by the manifestation of the Ekadasha. And they are 11 placed over your forehead here, and you know how they work out. So these 10 come out of the destructive powers of the void. Void has got 10 destructive powers also. Out of those 10, the destructive part settles down here. So when a person is on his destruction, say for example a cancer is setting, then you might feel a throb here at the apex of your void, the throb. And it doesn't logically means that if there's a throb there's a cancer. But if there's a cancer there will be a throbbing here going on. That means the force of life is trying to push it. But the obstruction there starts accumulating on both the sides. And in the center is the center of Vishuddhi, of the Virat, where Shri Krishna has become the Virat, the great primordial. So this is the 11th part of destruction. He has a power called Samhara Shakti by which he kills people. So before killing them and finishing them off, in the compassion of your mother, we have to first try to transform them. If they cannot be transformed, then it's all right. Then Ekadasha take over. So these 11 very great destructive powers will be used by the Kalaki, the one who is going to manifest on a white horse. Before that, today is a very great day, that these powers we are going to use for transformation. Now, how can destructive powers be used for transformation? First of all, when people know that there are destructive powers manifesting, they start fearing. They get afraid that we will be destroyed, so we must take to God. That's one of the ways. Secondly, if a person comes to know about any destructive disease like cancer, he wants to find out a method. And there is no method available on a human level. So then he thinks of God and wants to come nearer. The fear brings him closer to God. He depends on God more than on his rationality, than on his ego or something. And he wants to depend on God's powers to cure him or to save him from this destruction. Because he is now on the brink of destruction. As soon as cancer is set in, he knows that there is no end to it and he has to be destroyed. So this is another way people take to transformation, to change their attitudes, to change their value systems. I have known of many husbands or wives who got cancer and their counterparts became very mild, gentle, kindly, romantic. They tried to give all the love, all the protection, all the good things to a person who is going to die now of Ekadashi. So a kind of a transforming temperament starts coming in a man, that he sees that the person with whom he has lived all his life is now going to be no more. So a kind of beautiful feelings towards the person of giving whatever you have beautiful within you starts, and that's how people develop another kind of personality which was never apparent before. So all the harshness and the aggressiveness drops out and all the sweetness starts pouring in. So the compassion in a man is awakened, by which he gets transformed. Many people who lost their relations, kith and kin, become much more gentle, kindlier, because Ekadasha has expressed its all. And also another kind of a fear comes into the mind of the people, that tomorrow this can happen to me also. So I must do something about it. So at this time, Sahaj Yoga helps them a lot. They come to Sahaj Yoga because such an emergency is created within themselves. And thus they are rushed for their transformation to Sahaj Yoga. But there is another subtler way this destructive force helps us, by destroying all that is negative within us. Because unless and until that negative is destroyed within us, we cannot become people who can enter into the kingdom of God. We have our ego, we have our superego, and both can be represented here. When you have your ego, very much great ego, then you will find a big blob like ego coming out on this side, a very big one here. Or if you have a superego, you can see another big thing jutting out on the plane here. So on both the sides you might get both the things if both the sympathetic are overactive. If you are not a very collective person, also you might get a blob here. So you might get all the things filled up with your ego, superego, and this Virata's center again blown up in a way that a person develops a face like a monster sometimes. This portion becomes too big, thick, jutting out. There's a character I've seen like that. I think it is Frankenstein or someone. Is it? Yeah, Frankenstein. Yes, that has come from the unconscious, the Frankenstein character. All this is swollen up, jutting out, and this place like that. That's really the one that happens to human beings when he becomes a devil himself. So this is how the Ekadasha works within us to destroy our negativity within us. In India, so many people fast on this for atonement. On the 11th day is very common. You must do Ekadashi. All the Hindus and all these people do Ekadashi. That is the 11th day they don't eat anything at all. But you shouldn't do it after the advent of your mother. Because I am the Ekadasha myself. So why should you do it now when I have come? It was done when I was not here just to call me. So now I am back here. You need not do this anymore, the penance of Ekadasha. But you have to be careful. Now Ekadasha comes, as I told you, from the void. So firstly it comes when you accept someone as your guru. Say, who are false, who are anti-God, anti-Christ. So you develop a kind of a thickness on this side when it is the person whom you are worshipping as a guru or respecting as a guru, who is a guru to you, who is not really. So you develop a superego which shows on this side, this part. Now the other side of it shows when a person says, I am my own guru, I am practicing my own meditation, I have nothing to do with anybody's guidance, I am quite alright as I am. Such a person develops the other half. So you have this half developed because of that, and this half developed because of the superego that you get to these false and fake gurus. Now what happens sometimes, that when you get involved into this kind of superego behavior, at that time it so happens that you might take over from them and start using it for your ego. That's the worst time for it. At that time, what you do is to act like the devils yourself. And once you start doing that, your Ekadasha is completely finished. And then I don't think it's easy to get rid of it. It's very difficult. But if it is one-sided, it's much easier. So today is the day which is called as the Ekadasha, which is going to bring the transformation. When you are transformed, so many things are automatically destroyed within you. As you can see very clearly, that all your misidentifications drop off. The misidentification that I am an American, that I am a Christian, or I am a Jew, I am this, I am that, all these false misidentifications drop off. And you become a naked human being. First of all, you are a human being, and then a superhuman being without the ego. Without the ego. So your ego is destroyed, your superego is destroyed, your conditionings are destroyed, and all your false ideas about knowledge are destroyed. So what remains and emerges out is the reality. Now see, when a flower becomes a fruit, everything practically drops out of the flower, we can say. Like the calyx is dropped out, then the petals are dropped out, and then the apicalyx is there, that is also dropped out. But what remains is the seed. Actually, if you see, around the seed, all these things develop and the fruit remains. The rest of it drops. In some fruits, some part is used. In some fruits, nothing is used. A very little growth comes out as fruit and becomes the fruit while the flowers are. So in us also, whatever becomes spirit remains, the rest drops. And that is what it is when we call it the Ekadasha, which brings forth the transformation. And one has to understand, we have to drop many things. Some people I've seen, they said, what's wrong? I'm smoking, still my vibrations are wrong. Some say, what's wrong? I'm drinking, still my vibrations are wrong. I'm going to this guru, still my vibrations are there. I'm having the same type of licentious life, still my vibrations are there. Now it goes a very long way. Vibrations are still there. But suddenly they stop and you find you are out of bounds. You are thrown out completely. But you do not feel how you are thrown out. Gradually you find with a tangent you go out. And so one has to be careful about that. So within us lies a force which is centrifugal and a force that is centrifugal. So Ekadasha's force is centrifugal by which we are thrown out. Sahaj Yoga doesn't fall onto anybody's feet, doesn't request anyone, it doesn't flatter anyone. If you want to be there, you have to be positively there. And if you don't want to be there, it throws you much faster than what you want. That's the trouble with Sahaj Yoga is. And this is the loophole of the Sahaj Yoga, which I must tell you as a mother, that it's very anxious to throw you up. I'll tell you, when Christine, just now she told me also, got engaged to Michael, half of them were thrown out because they had a conception that you must have a romance before marriage. Without a romance, if you have a marriage, then there should be no marriage. I don't know on what conception it is based. But if you have the romance before the marriage, what's the fun of having the marriage? I mean, it's like if you have to give somebody a present, you hide it, you say keep it to that date, and then give the surprise to the children. In the same way, if you have the romance already done, what's the marriage? What's the celebration for? It's absolutely illogical. There is no romance in such cases. Actually, you have seen that after the romance, the marriage and the divorce. It's always like that. Because you become stale and you find the romance you had before marriage was something, a fantasy that has dropped out, and now after marriage, there is nothing left to enjoy. So you are fed up, and next month you are in the divorce house. But the marriages that take place without the romance, kept all reserved for a particular day. Just for that day when you are going to have the real romance and real feeling of oneness. Everything. In India it's a very big thing, you see, the first night of the marriage. And that's why our marriages last. I would say I'm an old woman of 60s, my husband 63 years, and you can see how romantic he is still. You see, the romance never finishes. Because it starts on an auspicious day with the sanction of the collectivity, everybody taking interest in that romance. It is such a big thing to be married, all the people enjoying the marriage and enjoy.
Would you like some fruit butter? Would you like some fruit butter?
No, thank you. That's it. So now, This kind of thing when happens to the people who are Western people, think romance is very important. But I don't think one can learn anything from the marriage system of the Western people, because all their marriage system is absolutely in a dwindling down. There's nothing to be learned from them as far as that. We can learn many other things. For example, we can learn how to operate a camera. But to operate a marriage is better you learn from India. They have a very solid system of marriage. First of all, the way they are trained from childhood, how to make a marriage successful. Such a lot of importance is given. Then without the horoscope, they will not marry. Without the auspicious date, they won't marry. Everything they work out in such details so that the marriage cannot fizzle out. Moreover, it is worked in such a collective way. For example, supposing my husband wants to trouble me, say for example. So, the sister of my husband will take him to task. Everybody can interfere if they try to do anything against the marriage. Everyone in the family will be after the person who tries to break the marriage. And so, everyone knows that I'll be left high and dry, you see, if I have a divorce. Nobody has place in the society. But in England, when we went first, we were shocked. They had no shame about this. They said, I'm already divorced thrice, and this is the fourth woman I'm living with. So shocking for us, oh God. To us, a divorce means worse than leprosy. Why are you divorced? What's the problem? How can you be divorced? Such an auspicious thing is the marriage. Such a blessing it is. It is God blessed. How can you do it? It's such a big fall. And that's how it works out. And in no way we are less than you people as married, because we can produce much more children than you can produce. And children only want to be born in India, not anywhere else. You'll be surprised. That's the problem we are facing. Our population problem comes from the point that the marriages are so successful, the people are so peaceful, that children hate to be married in nightmares of New York. Naturally, because you don't know where will be the mother tomorrow and where will be the father. Now we are blamed for a high rate of fertility, but what to do? Children don't listen. They don't want to go to all such places where there is no stability for them to exist. Especially the realized children, if they are of a very high quality, they have to be like daredevils to get into this thing. So they may try. Or maybe the real devils take advantage of it. But normally, people who want peace in life, who want joy in life and the love of their parents, want to be born in India. And that's why recently you will find that India is growing so fast in population that we don't know what to do. So this marriage system came in, which shocked them because they couldn't understand there has to be a romance and this and that. Now the more understanding of Ekadasha should be there, that we should not allow it to be built within us in any way, because these are self-destroying things. It starts with doubting. When you start doubting Sahaj Yoga, the build-up starts. And the doubting starts building up throughout the medha. Is this the plate here, you see? And it can become a thick, big plate there. Like today I saw that lady saying, touch wood. You see, touch wood means this wood. You see, touch wood means there should be no wood here anymore, you see. Or you can say touch stone. If you say something like a bragging, you say, no, touch wood. I am not meaning that. I mean, people are quite conscious. Unconsciously they say, but they are quite conscious not to say something that would sort of give an idea of boastful nature or something bragging or something big, so that it may go wrong. So they say touch wood, this is the wood. You say Ekadasha. So we are quite conscious of this force building within us, and now we have to be conscious that this force is going to transform. So today we are going to pray that this force has to transform America through its capacity to frighten people so that they come to Sahaj Yoga. Because when things have reached this stage of ego, then when people say, what's wrong? Like in England, when I started talking first, they said this is Victorian woman out of date, absolutely useless. So I said, all right, I don't say anything, but you will have such diseases that you will have to come back. That was the time they passed the law that homosexuality should be allowed, permissiveness should be allowed, and all these things should be allowed. And now you have AIDS. You have AIDS now here, already operating. Now the AIDS have given the fear of the Ekadasha. Now have it. What's wrong? What about that? So this awe and this fear is very important. It's an extremely important thing that we must have the awe and the fear that God is Almighty and we are nothing before. Here we have to remember that we are part and parcel of that God, and that we have to awaken ourselves to the consciousness that He is the whole and we have become one with the whole. That's how we are going to overcome our Ekadasha. So today I bless you all with the power of Ekadasha, which is going to transform. May God bless you all in your work which you are trying to do for the good of Americans. It is your responsibility to save America. You know it is a Vishuddhi Chakra, and all the responsibility of Sahaj Yoga rests on Vishuddhi Chakra. So how important it is that the transformation is to take place. Unless and until the transformation comes in, you will see it will not work out. You cannot talk to people, you cannot communicate with them. So you must pray that transformation process must start, must trigger, and must gallop, and must go on spreading like wildfire. This should be our prayer today. May God bless you. May God bless you. Tata Pujan Jai. And this sets in when Shiva is angry. Because Shiva is the real Rudra. And his powers are given to Ekadashi. Shiva is the real ultimate dissolution. He is the one who will dissolve the whole world. But he gives these 11 powers of destruction. He has 12 powers, out of which 1 he keeps to himself for the ultimate and 11 he gives to Ekadashi. And when that happens, the Ekadash starts acting in human beings. So today I was thinking that we'll have first Ganesha Pujan and then Rudravishek.
Shri Mataji, we'll sing a few songs now.
विश्वहर्ता विश्वकर्ता यंत्र तंत्र पूजिता विश्ववीर्य विश्वसूर्य विश्वकर्म निर्मल विश्वहर्ता विश्वकर्ता यंत्र तंत्र पूजितं चतुर्मुखं चतुर्भुजं सेवितं चतुर्युगं कल्पवृक्ष भक्तरक्षणमोऽस्तु ते गजानना
Sitting in the heart of the universe, we know your love is flowing through us. Sitting in the heart of the universe, we know your love is flowing through us. surrender, we are in paradise. When we surrender, we are in paradise. Sitting in the heart of the universe, we know your love is flowing through us. Sitting in the heart of the universe, we know your love is flowing through us. Shri Mataji, we love you. 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 Sitting in the heart of the universe, we know your love is flowing through us. Sitting in the heart of the universe, we know your love is flowing through us. God's goddesses of Ekadesha, bless us when we get together. God's goddesses of Ekadesha, bless us when we get together. On the shores of Tagliati, our hearts are united forever. On the shores of Tagliati, our hearts are united forever. When we surrender, we are in paradise. When we surrender, we are in paradise. Sitting in the heart of the universe, we know your love is flowing through us. Sitting in the heart of the universe, we know your love is flowing through us.
Shri Mataji. We'll all stand for Aarti.
सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने दिए अवतार माँ, कितने दिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा। तू गंगा यमुना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको माँ, सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, लौट के ना जाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियाला माँ, कर दिया उजियाला। कलयुग में माया है, कलयुग में माया है, फिर भी पहचाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर, दुख से दूर करना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधु संगीत सुन लो माँ, मधु संगीत सुन लो। हो ये सके जो सेवा, हो ये सके जो सेवा, हमसे करा लेना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निरमल माता जी, जय निरमल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना।
बोलो आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी की।
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी की जय। श्री माताजी।
Mahi.